So, as I seem to be having slight success talking about various comedians, I'm gonna talk about Bill Burr and how he seemed to make and lose his reputation almost overnight. For most of Bill Burr's career, he was like a wickedly funny, edgy comedian. For me, he was a slight bit of a guilty pleasure. I didn't always agree with his targets. Like, joked a lot about feminism and other progressive values, which I didn't necessarily agree with, but the kind of jokes he made were more making fun of how far people go to support those things rather than minorities themselves. Or anyway, that's how I justified myself finding him funny, because even when he was being edgelord, he was wickedly funny. Then, suddenly, after COVID, it's like he had a mind shift, saw the world, realized which tech bros were doing far more damage to everything in the world than blue-head feminists with unusual genders or whatever. So we shifted his target and managed to be still equally hilarious and fucking brutal while go after the real bullies in society. And I thought he was just brilliant. I admired the way he changed his attack, but still managed to stay hilarious. And he also had a podcast in which he'd give the demeanor of not giving a shit about anything, but managed to consistently go after the evil CEO types, being brutally funny and factually accurate. For a while I believed Bill Burr was untouchable. He was not only fucking funny, but fucking cool. There are few comics on the left who can be brutally funny while still progressive, and I admire Bill for doing this. Then one day he appeared at the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. This was a festival put up by the government of Saudi Arabia to try and whitewash the country. Say, look at us, we're not evil, we don't imprison or journalists and women. We've even got a comedy festival where we show up and coming Western comics, and I think Bill Burr offered something like $2.5 million to do a 40-minute set. And obviously given the things that you were saying recently, a lot of people were disappointed he did this, especially that he even went after Beyonce on a podcast 10, 15 years ago for doing exactly the same thing. But for fans like me, what cut my Stevens, not that he did it, it was his reaction. I mean, Bill Burr's got that kind of demeanor that he just said on a podcast, "Man, I know the government of Saudi are evil, but for £2.5 million, couldn't really turn that down." I get some fans will be, yeah, okay, I probably wouldn't either, but instead Bill Burr tries to shame his fans, saying they're racist. That's why that's the reason against him playing Saudi Arabia. Nothing to do with the facts that he's doing it specifically for one of the most evil genocidal regimes in the world. Yeah, the government for the government, not just some comedy put on by Saudi Arabians, actually for the fucking evil ass government. So, after weeks of listening to a podcast and expecting him to come to senses, he didn't. He kept doubling down, accusing his fans of being racist. And everyone just thought, you know, Bill, you're a piece of shit. We're done with you. And I'm afraid that's how you ruin a reputation, which is such a pity, especially for Bill Burr, who actually put so much effort into regaining his reputation amongst them all, if you like, woke or progressive. So shame on you, Bill. Anyway, I haven't said this a lot, so I'll say it in this video. Like, comment and subscribe and watch the video I've made previously, cause I made a shit ton of them.